Good evening, and welcome to Royal Daily Report, your trusted source for the latest news about the British royal family. I'm your host, bringing you today's story. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from Royal Daily Report. Prince Andrew has reportedly finally started speaking in private rooms, and what he is saying has caused Meghan Markle to panic in California. You need to understand, Prince Andrew's downfall was not small. It was not hidden, and it was certainly not quiet. His close ties to Jeffrey Epstein reportedly put him in a storm he could not escape. When Virginia Roberts delivered her serious allegations, the Duke's public image was destroyed almost overnight. Titles were taken away. Official doors were closed. His royal future disappeared in plain sight. The story you are about to hear is not gentle. Prince Andrew is finally speaking, and Meghan Markle is in a state of panic. Word from the street is that Andrew is tired of being the only one sitting in the wreckage. He knows the names, he knows the dates, and most importantly, he knows exactly who else was in the room. But here's the strange part. If Andrew was destroyed because of Epstein, why has there been complete silence about Meghan Markle's alleged connection to the same world? It doesn't make sense. It's the same circle, the same timeline, the same social group. Yet we see two completely different outcomes. One royal punished, one protected. No headlines, no pressure, no investigation, nothing. And that leads us to the next shocking layer, one that changes how we see Meghan's history entirely. Andrew is reportedly telling his friends that he is tired of protecting a woman who has since turned her back on the monarchy. He's hinting at a sexual relationship that could change everything we think we know about how Meghan entered the royal family. If Andrew decides to put these claims on record, he is not just targeting Meghan, he is exposing a side of the palace that has been hidden for decades. And now we have to talk about the name that makes the palace tremble, Jeffrey Epstein. We know about Andrew's ties to that dark world. But what about Meghan's? While mainstream media looks the other way, the real story is in the connections that refuse to stay hidden. Let's look at the facts. Karina Shuliak was Jeffrey Epstein's last known girlfriend. Records show that Shuliak only traveled on private jets and yachts through Epstein's network. And yet, pictures from 2014 show Meghan Markle on a yacht in the same circles. Coincidence? Sources say no. The most explosive part of the story is Virginia Roberts Gay, the woman who brought the civil suit against Prince Andrew. It is no secret that Gay's legal team once considered calling Meghan Markle as a witness. Why? Because Gay reportedly knew Meghan well from the Epstein days. The claim is that Meghan was a past associate of Andrew and could have seen or even participated in the events that led to Andrew's downfall. The silence from the palace is very loud. Are they protecting Meghan, or are they protecting themselves? They know that if the yacht story links officially to the Epstein files, the damage could be nuclear. The pictures are there, the witnesses are there, and now with Andrew cornered and ready to talk, the bomb is almost ready to explode. To understand how a girl from a TV set in Toronto ended up in the inner circle of the British monarchy, we have to look at the man in the middle. He is Marcus Anderson, the global consultant for Soho House. He is the ultimate fixer and the king of the elite crowd. Word from the street is that he was more than just a friend to Meghan. He was her handler. The story goes that back in 2011, when Soho House opened in Toronto, Anderson handpicked Meghan. He didn't just give her a membership, he recruited her. Sources say Anderson's job was to insert charismatic people into the highest levels of society to make the clubs feel elite. He allegedly guided Meghan, introducing her to the real power players, not just actors, but billionaires, and eventually royalty. Through Anderson, Meghan was suddenly at the right parties in New York, London, and Istanbul. It was this network that allegedly overlapped with the circles Andrew frequented. While the world thinks Harry found Meghan on Instagram, Andrew says she was already being groomed and positioned in this elite web years earlier. Marcus Anderson holds the blueprint for Meghan's rise. If Andrew starts talking, Anderson's role as the architect of this introduction could finally be exposed. Here is a twist most people missed. The target wasn't always Harry. Sources close to the York family say Meghan's original plan was Prince Andrew himself. Think about it. Andrew was wealthy, high profile, and had a big estate. He was the gateway to the life she wanted. But there was one person she didn't count on: Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York. Even though Sarah and Andrew divorced decades ago, they are famously close. They share a home, a life, and secrets. Sources say that when Meghan tried to get close to Andrew, Fergie saw it coming. Fergie, a seasoned royal, allegedly blocked Meghan. She sensed Meghan would eventually cause trouble. Fergie made it clear there was no room for another duchess in Andrew's life. This rejection reportedly forced Meghan to pivot. She didn't leave the royal circle. She looked for a weaker link. She found Prince Harry, younger and more vulnerable. Harry didn't realize he was Plan B, but Fergie allegedly knew all along. And now, as the York family faces their own crisis, Fergie's silence could cost dearly. Perhaps the most tragic part is what is happening to Prince Harry. For years, he was Meghan's biggest supporter, defending her against his family and the public. But the honeymoon in Montecito has reportedly turned into a nightmare. Sources say Harry has recently been shown undeniable evidence of Meghan's past connections to his uncle Andrew. Imagine realizing the woman you gave up everything for your country. Family, military titles, was allegedly a close associate to the man considered the family's biggest embarrassment. Sources from California say Harry is devastated. He reportedly finds it hard even to be in the same room as Meghan. He feels stuck in a gilded cage, far from his support system, realizing he may have ruined his life for a woman whose past he never fully understood. He looks at his children, his life, and starts to accept that the truth he feared might actually destroy his marriage. By now, you may be asking the same question. If all this is true, why hasn't the nuclear button been pressed? Why hasn't the palace released the infamous bullying report or the dossier on Meghan's pre-royal life? The answer is simple but scary. The monarchy is protecting itself, not her. Sources say Buckingham Palace has a mountain of evidence that could end Meghan's public life tomorrow. But there's a massive catch. Exposing Meghan's alleged ties to Andrew and Epstein would reopen old wounds the king is trying to heal. If they admit a yacht girl linked to the world's most notorious social circle reached the royal front row, the institution looks incompetent, or worse, complicit. The palace is trapped. They want her gone, but they can't remove her without affecting the King and Prince of Wales. They are waiting for the perfect moment, when the truth can come out without sinking the whole ship. They aren't silent because they love her. They are silent because they fear the first domino falling. Before she was Duchess, before she was an activist, she was a girl in Toronto with very specific goals. The public saw a hard-working actress on Suits, but the street tells a different story. Allegedly, Meghan lived a calculated double life. Her time in Canada wasn't just about acting, it was about positioning. Through her friendship with Jessica Mulroney, Meghan was placed in the path of powerful people. She wasn't just attending parties, she was building influence. This is where she allegedly perfected the art of discarding people, using them as stepping stones, then cutting them off when no longer useful. She spent weekends in New York and London, moving through the same high-end clubs Andrew frequented. This was not accidental, it was infiltration. The key part is her closeness to Princess Eugenie and Fergie. That wasn't coincidence. It was the final stage of her long-game strategy to enter Windsor. In the elite world, one rule is clear: never burn a bridge with someone who knows your secrets. But Meghan, fueled by alleged narcissism, broke this rule. When Andrew lost his titles and the York family was pushed aside, Sarah Ferguson reportedly reached out. She hoped Meghan and Harry would help the Yorks regain standing. But Meghan, now confident as Queen of Montecito, reportedly ignored them. She discarded the Yorks like she discarded her own father and former friends. But Andrew and Fergie aren't just former friends. They are the keepers of secrets. By turning her back on them, Meghan made the most dangerous man in England her enemy. Andrew is no longer protected, and he no longer feels the need to protect Meghan. And so, we reach the final act of this royal drama. Picture this: Prince Andrew, alone in the shadows of the Royal Lodge, watching news from California. He has no future, no titles, and no public respect. He has nothing left to lose. A man with nothing to lose is the most dangerous person on the planet. The story is overflowing now. Andrew reportedly tells his inner circle he is tired of double standards. He's tired of being the villain while Meghan plays the victim on Netflix. The air is thick, with an impending betrayal that could shake the monarchy. Meghan is reportedly watching the clock in Montecito, knowing Andrew could drop the bomb at any moment. The secrets of the yachts, the truth about Soho House recruitment, and the real nature of her personal relationship with the prince are all surfacing. This isn't gossip anymore. It's a reckoning. As Andrew prepares to speak, the world waits. Will he take Meghan down with him? Will the palace finally let the truth come out to save themselves? One thing is certain, the fairy tale is over. The masks are slipping. The real story, the raw, absolute truth, is about to be revealed. The panic is real. The silence is ending. And when the dust settles, the royal family will never be the same. Stay tuned to Royal Daily Report, because the first chapter of Meghan's downfall is reportedly being written by the man she thought she outsmarted. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss updates from Royal Daily Report.